Why do 79% of people say money causes them stress? It's a staggering statistic, but it's not hard to see why. From paying bills to managing debt, money can feel like a constant source of anxiety. The pressure to earn more, save more, and spend wisely can be overwhelming. But what if there was a way to break free from this cycle of stress and find true peace? Let's talk about contentment and avoiding greed. Imagine a life where you're not constantly chasing after the next paycheck or the latest gadget. Instead, you're at peace with what you have, finding joy in the simple things. Sounds like a dream, right? But it's possible, and it starts with a shift in mindset. Money, whether you've got loads or barely enough, it can be tricky. It's a tool that can bring comfort and security, but it can also become a source of obsession. The key is to find a balance, to use money wisely without letting it control your life. This balance is what leads to true contentment. But here's the good news. Jesus has some solid advice. His teachings offer a roadmap to a life free from the grip of greed. By following his guidance, we can learn to prioritize what truly matters and find lasting happiness. Step 1. Don't let greed turn you into Gollum. Remember Gollum from The Lord of the Rings? His obsession with the ring consumed him, turning him into a shadow of his former self. Greed can do the same to us if we're not careful. It can make us lose sight of our values and the people we care about. The Bible says, 1 Timothy 6:10, "For the love of money is a root of all kinds of evil." It's not money itself that's bad, but the love of it can lead us down a dangerous path. When we prioritize wealth over everything else, we risk losing our moral compass. It's not money that's bad, but loving it more than God or people. That's messy. When we place money above our relationships and our faith, we create a life that's out of balance. True contentment comes from valuing people and our spiritual well-being over material wealth. Step 2, contentment, the superpower no one talks about. In a world that constantly pushes us to want more, contentment is a radical act. It's about finding joy in what you have, rather than always striving for more. This doesn't mean you shouldn't have goals or aspirations, but it's about appreciating the present moment. Paul nailed it with Philippians 4:11. "I have learned to be content whatever the circumstances." Whether he was in abundance or in need, Paul found his joy in his faith. This kind of contentment is a powerful tool against the pressures of modern life. Whether feasting or ramening, his joy came from Jesus. #life hack. It's a reminder that our happiness doesn't have to depend on our circumstances. We can find joy in the simple things, whether we're enjoying a lavish meal or a humble bowl of ramen. Step 3. Generosity is the antidote to greed. When we give to others, we shift our focus from ourselves to the needs of those around us. This act of generosity not only helps others, but also enriches our own lives. Acts 20:35. It is more blessed to give than to receive. This principle is a cornerstone of a fulfilling life. By giving, we break the chains of greed and open our hearts to true happiness. It's about a heart that reflects God's love, not humble bragging on Instagram. True generosity comes from a place of love and compassion, not from a desire for recognition. When we give selflessly, we mirror the love of God and create a ripple effect of kindness. So let's not let money control us. Let's break free from the chains of greed and find freedom in contentment and generosity. By managing our finances wisely and keeping our priorities in check, we can live a life that's rich in what truly matters. Be content, live generously, and remember, true wealth is in heaven, not our bank accounts. Our ultimate treasure is not found in material possessions, but in the love and relationships we cultivate. By focusing on what truly matters, we can find lasting happiness and peace. What's one way you practice contentment? Drop your ideas below. Let's start a conversation and inspire each other to live more content and generous lives. Your tips and experiences could be the encouragement someone else needs to find their own path to true contentment.